Hello, welcome to this week's edition of MMA in 5. I am Matthew Salzer of MMAFreak.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Matthew Salzer, and I'm also available on Facebook. So, just kicking off things. Last night was UFC Fight Night 35, Rockhold versus Filippo, and it was a good night of fights. One of the more major fights was Yoel Romero got a run for his money against Derek Brunson. It was a good fight. It went pretty back and forth. Brunson was just minutes away from pulling off a pretty huge upset, but Romero came back and was able to pull the upset. Well, not pull the upset. That's my bad. He was able to pull the comeback win. And that was a pretty good fight. Then we had TJ Dillashaw essentially control Mike Easton the whole fight. It was also a pretty good fight. Obviously, it wasn't a finish, but Dillashaw controlled it, and I think he's inching his way up to a title shot. Obviously, being a Team Alpha male fighter. Obviously, if Uriah Faber wins, he's not going to go against his teammate. That's just one of those teams where they're close enough to where they won't fight each other. Then you had Brad Tavares. He pulled an upset against Lorenz Larkin. Larkin has had a pretty good record since coming to the UFC. He also had a good record in Strikeforce. But, obviously he just wasn't able to pull it. So he lost to Brad Tavares, who's a Tough alumni. Then, of course, you had the main event with Luke Rockhold pulling it against Constance Philippou. And Rockhold returned to his winning ways in fine fashion. He pulled a TKO to the body. I mean, that doesn't happen too often, really. I mean, most knockouts or finishes by strikes in any way come obviously via to the head normally. But Rockhold basically just threw that one kick, and that was all she wrote. So, and then afterwards, he actually proposed some rather interesting matchups. He wants a rematch with Vitor Belfort, but Belfort's obviously got the title shot upcoming against Chris Weidman. We don't know exactly when. That'll be scheduled, when it's scheduled. But another thing Rockhold's pitched out there was going against Michael Bisping. I am really for this. I am really for this because I never believed that Bisping has ever learned humility. He's just, he's one of those smack talkers. So basically, getting a whooping from another good fighter would probably do him some good. Plus, I think Bisping. I've always thought Bisping was one-dimensional. He's all striking. He's all stand-up. He's gotten somewhat of a grappling game, but it's when you do striking for most of your career and then you try to incorporate grappling right towards the end, that's not going to help you. He's his strength is in the striking. Rockhold is a well-rounded fighter overall. So, yeah, I think that would definitely be a good matchup. Obviously, we'll see how that is fixed up. And so that's for UFC Fight Night 35 last night. Then, of course, we heard some disturbing news earlier in the week of Mauricio Zagano, Kat Zagano's husband, passing away. The initial reports are that he committed suicide. I'm not going to speculate that much, but I'm just going to say, keep your prayers, keep Kat Zagano and they had a son together. Keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And that's about it. So thank you for tuning in this week. And as I said, my articles are on MMAfreak.com. I'm Matthew Salzer. Tune in. I just had my 100th article published yesterday. That's a milestone. I'm very proud of that. So thanks for tuning in. See you next time.